Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. And yeah. I hope we get to see more of you in tournaments. Okay, in the future. In the future.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, guys.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Again, everyone, give some love to Cristiano. Unfortunately, he will not be able to join me today. I mentioned it earlier. He was on a bit of a timer. Like, because he made it so far in the tournament, he does have to go and study. Like, he does have to focus on his classes. So, a bit of a feels bad, man. But we have our next series. We are following Tavito into the next round. And let us set up some predictions here. Again, I'm trying to get all this running on my own today. It feels bad, man. But here we go. This is a best of 5. This is a qualifying match, and people in the chat, you can place your bets and predict who will win this entire series. Again, one of the best Terrans and one of the best Zergs in Latino America. This is a rematch. This is a grudge match. As there we go, the predictions are now live, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is red, representing Team The Bad. It is the TheZergLord. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Peruvian Terran player. He is purple, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Tavo. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh god, I'm just looking at the chat there. Ay. Say, oh no! No, Cosmos, please. Not like this. Not like this. Oh god. So hopefully Cosmos can come back. For those wondering, Cosmos is the best caster in all of Brazil. He is a Portuguese caster, and it looks like his internet may be going down. We may have to remake for Cosmos. It's possible, but at the same time, we don't know if his internet is going to be down for longer than it is. Like, is this just like a one moment sort of thing, or has he lost power? We don't really know. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Obviously, he can always join into game number 2. Like, this is a best of 5, so don't worry. Of course, there's still plenty more matches to go. Ooh, as Cosmos, he does end up timing out. Ooh, feels bad, man. Feels bad. But here we go. We are getting here into game number 1. Nothing too crazy so far. We do, of course, have a Reaper opener. It is going across the map. Pretty standard so far. What we saw in the qualifier number 1 from Tavo in this matchup was every single game he opened up 1-1-1 third CC before Starport and into was it Banshees? I can't quite recall. It has to come back to me. Once he does it, we'll know. But yeah, he went for the same opener every single game against the TheZergLord, and in the end it worked out. He struggled more against Eggs. Eggs was a lot more cheesy. Eggs went for a 13-12 on Romanticide. He also went for a Roach Ravager all-in as well. And because of the cheese from Eggs, Tavo, that's really what toppled Tavo. Tavo was able to take the late game, the macro games, but not the cheesy games. So the TheZergLord may be aware of that. I don't know if he was watching. If he was, then he knows what to do. If he didn't, then he's gonna have a harder time. Oh boy, because again, Tavo, he wants to get into the mid game. He wants to get into that late game. So we'll see if that's where we end up, and we'll see how we get there. At the moment, the TheZergLord not doing anything crazy, just droning up. You know, he's just getting a third base up and running, no extra tech, no fast lair. Everything is pretty standard. And Tavo going for that 1-1-1 into those Banshees. What should we go? Yeah, we go. There we go. Wait, is this live? I feel like I saw this matchup 2 days ago. So yes, I see someone in the chat. Yo, what's going on here? Yep, this is a rematch. The biggest difference is that 2 days ago they played in a best of 3. This is a best of 5. This is a qualifying match. So we will confirm when it comes to who is the stronger player here. Obviously, the TheZergLord is a lot more accomplished as a player. He is solidified as one of the best Zergs in the region, and Tavo is still on the up and up. So he really needs to pop off and just play the best StarCraft that he's ever played before, if he wants to take this series. I believe, mate. I believe. As we see a decent amount of Hellions, they're out here to gain that map control to clear up a bunch of creep. And here, in the main, we of course have Blink on the way. Ooh, a little bit supply blocked. Feels bad, man. And oh, we have an armory behind this. So a Banshee Hellbat push is going to be coming out from Tavo. Very interesting indeed. Obviously, because of that, he has to keep these Hellions alive. He cannot get too over-eager with them and lose them too early before that armory finishes. Boy. There we go. But yeah. For those wondering, here on the CranKy Ducklings, we don't really ever do pre-recorded stuff, or we very rarely have replay casts. This is all live, mate. All live. Oh boy. And oh my god, we have mech behind us. We have Hyperflight Rotors. We have some Hellion Banshee coming out. Oh my god. Or Cyclone Banshee even. This is something that Tavo was playing around with months ago. If you were watching, I believe it was like Copa Hyperion, where Tavo was able to beat Jim Rising with this. I was so impressed. There was a time where I showed some certain replays to Neo and Tavo, I believe from 4GG, playing with this. And yeah, this can work to great effect. I just love how Tavo is whipping this out here. And this is something that he has never done in these qualifiers. So something very new this week. So the TheZergLord is not going to be expecting this at all. Meanwhile, the Banshees are dipping in. They're going to be getting a couple of worker kills, nothing too crazy. The Hellions clearing up a lot of this creep, but there are plenty of Queens to help push this away. We don't see him commit into any kind of Hellbat or anything like that. And yeah, I just, that's it. Thor Banshee, that's it. It's all coming back to me. Thor Banshee. Oh my god. It's beautiful, mate. So yes, Tavo was able to beat Jim Rising with this. I don't think he beat Eggs. But yes, this was, again, months ago. The VODs are on our YouTube channel if you're interested. It was either a Sentimiento Latino or a Copa Hyperion. Those are weekly tournaments that we cast every single week. Fun fact, at this very time. So whenever there's not DreamHack, that is what we're casting. We're casting, and players like Tavo, like TheZergLord, Jim Rising, Eggs, Ryu, Eric, they all compete in that on a weekly basis. Ooh. So yeah, I love how he's sprinkling this in. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Tavo, he's again just keeping things at bay, just keeping things under control. I do love that so far he hasn't committed. Oh, he has to be careful, about to be surrounded by all these things. They do get a wraparound, and in roll the Banelings. With this, finally, the TheZergLord is going to be able to shut down all of these Hellions. Regains that map control and can now freely spread all the creep that he wants. Behind this, let me just quickly check. He didn't necessarily scout the factories, but because of all those Hellions, he can deduce. He confirms. There we go. He sees the rest of the Hellions. He knows he's up against mech. We do have a transition into roaches, which is of course what he needs. But the Spire play is really risky. He hasn't seen all the Thors, I don't think. He saw one of them at least, but because of the sheer amount of them, like, going into mutas is not the play. So I'm a little bit concerned. Oh no! Oh god. The Hellions try to go up the ramp. They meet a face full of Banelings. Hellions really struggling to get onto creep like that. Meanwhile, the Banshees are able to shave off a couple more workers, but there's still plenty of Queens to help defend. And oh, we actually have Corruptors. I love this. I wonder if the TheZergLord is well aware of the composition. Like Thor Banshee, Corruptors are definitely an answer to the mass Banshee that's going to be coming out. Oh my god. Very interesting indeed. I kind of like it. I kind of like it from the ZergLord. Speaking of liking it, oh my god, once again he gets us around! Oh, how does he do it? Just as soon as the Hellions push into creep, Ling Bane is ready to surround and just eat it all up. Meanwhile, the Speedy Boys are out, but the Corruptors shut this down. Like, again, this is a very strong response from the ZergLord, able to just completely just neutralize these Speed Banshees. Oh, God. Thankfully, the Banshees didn't die, so Tavo has an opportunity to transition a little bit and adapt his composition. It's not like he has, like, again, the way 4GG would do this is I think he would have, like, 3 starports up and running, but we do only see 1 here. So Tavo, he's not committed. He can just continue to produce Thors, Hellions, tanks. Meanwhile, Tavo actually doesn't spot the army. Oh, no. Okay, now he gets an inkling of the Roaches. And now the Lings, the Banelings, and the Ravagers are running on in. No, the Thors are exposed. Mate, is this going to be it? The Thors are going to go down. The Ravagers weren't necessarily in the best position, but there we go. They do pile down that tank. The Banelings are rolling on forward. The Hellbats are not going to be enough here. And the Lings are going to be able to clean up everything else. Ay. Okay, it looks like they just barely was enough for Tavo to hold on. Yo, and this Madman only lost 4 SCVs. Acceptable losses, to be honest. I thought things were going to be a lot worse there. I mean, he did lose a couple of tanks. He did lose a couple of Thors as well. Like, I feel the ZergLord did trade a little bit more efficiently, but at least Tavo's economy was left alone. Because of that, mate, look at the worker count. Like, he's keeping up. But the problem is that the ZergLord, like, he's just taking more bases. Tavo hasn't been able to really deal any economic damage. Every time the Hellions move out, they get surrounded and die. Every time the Banshees move out, there are Corruptors to meet them, or Queens in position. Tavo hasn't been able to slow down the Zerg at all. And because of that, the ZergLord can do whatever he wants. That's why he's got so much tech. That's why he's got so much upgrades. That's why Hive is almost done as well. He's just been left free to do anything. Because of that, the ZergLord doesn't need to worry about droning up anymore, can focus on his army. At the moment, he is lacking a little bit, and he's aware of that. That's why we do see Pathogen Glands on the way. He wants to get into the spellcasters, like Vipers, like Infestors, Neuroparasite as well. But he does need to trade out an army first. Oh. Speaking of, Ling Bane Ravager is out here. Again, he doesn't want to throw this away for free. He doesn't want to throw this away for free. Puppy, please. Oh, loses a lot of Ravagers there. He wants to slowly trade out so we can slowly gather those Infestors. If he loses too much too quick, that will prompt Tavo to counterattack. Speaking of counterattack, for the first time, the Hellions finally get into a mineral line. 8 drones go down. Finally! Tavo was able to achieve something here. More Hellions dive in. Yo, let's go. Now 9 in total do go down. And Tavo is maxed out. He's still waiting for some upgrades, and that's kind of the thing when it comes to Terran. You want to be slow, but there we go. He's not going to wait for them. To be fair, the upgrades are going to finish by the time the army gets across the map, and it is go time for Tavo. Tanks, Thors, Banshees. Army does get spotted by the Changelings. The ZergLord is well aware that it's on the way. Does he have enough? 5 Infestors are coming out. Neuroparasite is about to finish, but the Infestors aren't ready. Like, he is not ready for this army. Oh my god, and he knows that he goes for a counterattack instead. He cannot fight the maxed out Tavo mech, and Tavo turns around. Oh. Tavo, he will clean this up, but the Lings, they get into the mineral line. They're going to be able to shut down every single SCV. 18 go down, and he just keeps on going. Oh my god. Disgusting. And the purpose of what the ZergLord did was to buy time. Buy time for Broodlords. Broodlord Infestor. Does he have enough time though? Because I was talking about how ideally you want to slowly trade your army. That was a lot of supply going down the drain for the ZergLord, and now that was kind of taking. Yo, you gotta go, buddy. You can't slow down. Oh god, the Infestors, they're gathering their energy. We have 70 Lings on the way. Oh my god. Is it going to be enough? The ZergLord, he has to give up this base. The hatchery will go down. A massive Ling run by does get one tank. Essentially for free. We see a scan. He sees the infestors lying in wait. Oh, Tavo, are you really going to turn around? The Lings are going to get cleaned up. They're not going to get out of control. Another base will fall. This is a great pickoff for Tavo. Oh, and the Broodlords are edging closer. They want the tanks. They will get one. Only one. Oh, the mineral line survives. Tavo, so he gets 2 hatcheries and backs off. He didn't get too many workers, which is a little bit of a shame. But the ZergLord, yo, this base needs to be taken 2-3 minutes ago. Oh my god. If the ZergLord loses another big fight, like, he may not even have the larva to remax. Again, only working off of 4 hatcheries. Here we go. Thor's moving on forward. Yo, the ZergLord is getting heavily supply blocked. The Overlords are going down. Even though the ZergLord isn't maxed out, he just can't remake his army. He's supply blocked. 170 out of 130 supply. Oh my god, Tavo, he's doing it, he's breaking in, he's getting into the natural. And the ZergLord is giving him so much room. Yo, you gotta go now, you gotta go soon. The infestors need to make a play. They're coming in, we see a scan, he does take control of the Thors, but the infestors get focused down by the tanks. Beautiful target fire there by Tavo. Immediately the infestors die, and with the death of the infestors, now the Thors can focus fire every single one of these Broodlords. With the added anti-armor, that's it. You never want to see Broodlords against Thors on their own, because that's what happens. The Broodlords barely did anything to the Thors. GG gets called, and Tavo takes game 1. Oh my god. GG, well played. The ZergLord, he was working on his ideal army, but I just got some deja vu because I feel like we've been here before. It didn't happen with the ZergLord, but it happened with eggs a couple of days ago. Vipers. Vipers are pretty good. And what we just saw was the infestors come in, they take control of the Thors, and then the infestors die to the tanks, right? The focus fire. How do you stop that? Blinding cloud the tanks. Then your infestors survive, then the neuroparasites actually pay off. Unfortunately, even though we had a hive, there were no vipers, and even if he was trying to make them, he was supply blocked. He just didn't have it in him. He just couldn't make anything. Feels bad, man. You could argue that he should have made vipers sooner, which I would agree. It didn't help that he made a wave of lings. But damn. Here we go. Getting ready to dive into game number 2, and oh. And it looks like Cosmos his internet may just be dead, which would be a shame. Hold on, let's have a look. Like we love Cosmos here. Like he's a great supporter of the channel. Ah, yeah, he's offline. Ah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I don't think I can link. But yeah, oh god, it looks like Cosmos is offline, so he cannot. He can't. I don't know if it's his internet or his power, his electricity. If you're coming in from Cosmos' stream, fala galera. Fala galera, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I apologize. I don't speak Portuguese, so this is an English stream, the English cast. We do the best we can here. All right, here we go. We are diving into game number 2. Oh, God. Again, feels bad, man, for Cosmos. It is a shame. Obviously, he can cast this series later by replays. But this is, yeah, like, the Portuguese community is a pretty big part of this scene, of the Latin American scene. Like, it's huge. It is a shame that they don't have a caster here. Ay. But here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner of Oxide LE. We have the Brazilian Zerg player representing team The Bad, currently down in this series and doesn't have his boy Cosmos to support him. So he needs you in the chat. It is TheZergLord. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Peruvian Terran player. He is purple, representing Team Unidos por el Vicio. Currently leading this series, it is Tavo. My God. I'm shook. I'm amazed. Tavo able to take game 1 with mech, and again, he doesn't have to play mech. He's been working on a lot of bio play, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that here on Oxide. To be fair, Oxide can be a very good map for mech as well. I mean, what map isn't good for mech? The shorter maps, Lightshade, Blackburn, Beckett's. But these more standard maps, these larger maps, like, yo, mech can work well. It can work very well. Oh boy, but we'll see. We shall see where this goes. So far, nothing too crazy. I would also say that the style that Tavo went for, like Thor Banshee as an opener, we're probably not going to see that again. Like, that's something that you throw out there every now and then. Oh God, it's not something that you rely on every single game, so we're probably not going to see that from Tavo. I'm not saying we're not going to see mech, just not that variant of mech. Oh boy. As so far we see the same opener. We do have a Reaper coming across the map. Tavo doesn't skip it. He's not crazy. He's not insane. He wants to scout what his opponent is doing, and I don't blame him. You know, again, I do feel like that Tavo is at his weakest in the early game when he's up against a Ling Bane all-in or Roach Ravager. So he goes in, confirms that there are indeed workers at the natural base, is able to chip away at these Lings a little bit, but he shouldn't get a kill. He shouldn't get too much damage. Just, you know, kind of like testing his opponent a little bit. Oh. And he is forced away, and unfortunately this time he was not able to delay the third base. Does confirm it though, and honestly, this forward third, hey, to me, this is kind of, it's not screaming Roach Ravager, but it's like, you know, it's still very loud. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but with this forward third base, it does mean that we're going to see a lot of creep being spread towards the horizontal third of Tavo, and that could come into play depending on where Tavo takes his own third. As we do have that third CC before Starport build once again, so 111, very economic, and from here we can go a couple of different places. We should be seeing a tech lab on this rack, so I'm a little bit surprised that we're not. There we go, so it should finish up in time for the switch. With this, we can go into bio, or we could transition into mech. It's very versatile as a 111. Oh boy. Cosmos got a BSOD. Feels Cosmos, please. As the ZergLord dips in and he's able to scout the entire opener. He sees the starboard, he sees the CC, he sees the tech lab researching, so he knows it is going to be a Banshee, is aware that I mean, it could be a Fusion Core opener, I guess. It could be PCs. He could be trying to trick his opponent, but for the most part, the ZergLord is aware of what he needs and who he is. Oh. Interesting. Oh my god, is he gonna throw down a factory? Yo! An armory gets thrown down. I love it. The ZergLord, he scouted. I'm pretty sure, and apparently he didn't. But Tavo, he's switching things up completely. It's great. It's beautiful. We're going to be seeing some Hellbats and some Banshees coming out. He is a little bit supply blocked. A lot supply blocked, actually. Ooh. Tavo, please. No. Not like this. So the build is being delayed. It isn't going to hit as crisply as he would like. But this is still going to be pretty strong. What do we have to defend? So far, all the gas is being taken. We have a lair on the way. All the tech has been delayed for the ZergLord, so he's been relatively greedy, only relying on queens and lings to defend. But here come the Hellbats. There's no Banshees, there's no Roaches. This is ideal for Tavo. There are a lot of queens though, so because of that, the queens can do a lot. But oh my god, he's trying to chase down the drones! Can he get them? Oh, 4 drones go down, but only 4. And again, there are just so many queens. These Hellbats will be cleaned up. They did get at least 6 drone kills and a lot of lost mining time, but I'm sure he wanted a little bit more. As we are going to be seeing mech again from Tavo. Like, again, without any kind of add-on on this Rax. And I was insane, apparently. I was like, yo, he's not gonna go Thor Banshee again, right? Wrong. He is. Hyperflight Rotors is on the way for the Banshees. We do have more factories on the way. I imagine we're going to be seeing some Thors. Speaking of Banshees, 2 of them do hit the natural base. There are enough of them to one-shot these workers. Oh my god, even the Hellions, they come back in! And they manage to morph into these Hellbats, and there are no Banelings to deal with this. A lot of lost mining time. They're still trying to chase down those drones. Oh, but the ZergLord, he was on top of his drone micro. He was able to keep them alive. Honestly, really dealing with this harassment well. Like, I feel like if this was eggs, like, the mineral line would have been just dead. So some nice defense here by the ZergLord. Tavo trying to make some moves happen, but doesn't quite pull it off. And this is what we see. Tech labs are being thrown down. Show us the Thors, mate. Show it to us. Don't make cyclones. There we go. Thor, Banshee. Beautiful. Alright. Meanwhile, what does the ZergLord have to offer? He is going for Roaches. I believe, again, because he saw the second wave of Hellions, that is a massive tell. Even though the ZergLord did not get into the natural... Sorry, he didn't get to see the production. He saw all the Hellions, so he knows that mech is coming at him once again. And we'll see if it'll work 2 games in a row. Obviously, like, it can be weak to these Roach Ravager pushes. I said it earlier, like, because of the positioning of this base, like, it did kind of signify that this was going to be coming, but... Oh, the Ravagers! One gets picked off. Oh, Banshees have to be careful, though. Oh, God. They almost get picked off. As the ZergLord wants to end the game here and now. He is done droning up. He's making nothing but roaches and queens. Wants to break through these rocks. And the worrisome thing is that there are no tanks. We have Thor Banshee, and this is the moment where they are weakest. We do have tanks in production now, but it's a little bit too late. Bunkers are not going to be done in time. Oh my god, and in comes the Zerg army. Tank has to siege up as fast as possible as the Terran is forced all the way back into his natural base. We have a couple of bios being thrown down. The Thors will be focused down. The Banshees have potential, maybe? Oh god, but there are not enough tanks. There's just not enough. Oh my god, as the final tank will just barely go down. The Banshees are doing a really good job at focusing down the Roaches and the Ravagers. But mate, we have 16 more Roaches on the way. Like, the ZergLord is not stopping. Oh god, and Tavo, he's down 50 supply. He just lost 9 workers. And the ZergLord, he's just waiting for his reinforcements. And even though he's giving Tavo a little bit of time, it's not going to be enough time. There's no way. There's no way. Maybe there is a way. maybe as the Roaches are funneling in. The tanks do have the high ground. Oh, as this one here on the low ground will get picked off. There is still detection. I think the only weakness is that, like, there aren't that many queens. If all the queens die, maybe the Banshees can clean this up. But, oh, another Banshee falls. And now the natural has been broken. The roach ravagers, it just continues. It's just a wave, just a non-stop wave of roaches. And it looks like enough damage has been done. We are not going to be seeing a clean sweep here in this best of 5. There will be a little bit more back and forth as the TheZergLord. He's looking primed to take this game and to tie up the series. Not if these queens overextend. Jesus Christ. Oh. Yo, Tavo, he's... okay, there's a world, like, Tavo, he is down 60 supply. The supply is inflated. Like, maybe the Banshees can make some magic happen. It's just such a slim chance. It's just, yeah, it's not gonna happen. The base is gonna fall before the Banshees kill everything. Oh, God. Even here, finally all the queens go down, but one Banshee survives. One Banshee is not gonna be enough to do this. As now 14 SCVs go down. Oh, the tanks, the CC! Does get picked up by the Biles. Sure, there's a planetary here, but... Ay. Tavo down to 2 bases. He's still fighting his heart out, but... really, he's just processing this loss. Again, Thor Banshee, because you're prioritizing Thors and not tanks in the early game, these Roach Queen pushes, like, they're deadly. Like, the TheZergLord, he had a very nice response to this build, assuming that Tavo was going to do the same thing 2 games in a row. And this is why, typically in a best of series like this, you don't want to do the same thing 2 games in a row. G gets called, not GG. And the TheZergLord ties up the series. GG, well played. We are going to be going to game number 3, and I should probably update this because, again, unfortunately, Cristiano could not join me, unfortunately. So this will be changed to... oh, I guess I can just hide it. Boom. There we go. Ah, solito. Feels bad, man. As we are diving into game 3. So yeah, shout out to It's Shakti in the chat, of course. He is the best Protoss player in all of Brazil. Maybe Turkey Dano has something to say about that. But he is the best Zerg player in all of Brazil. He is already seeded into the next round, so he's just spying on his opponent. I say spying, he's probably also cheering on the TheZergLord, his fellow countryman. It's a massive shout out to Shakti. And I hope everyone's having a good time. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves. This is most likely the final series of this qualifier, this best of 5. As this series is going on, I should probably update you guys on the other series. !B in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. As Chaos Fate is currently going up against Master in a TVP. But here we are in game number 3, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is red, representing Team The Bad with that beautiful face mask. It is the TheZergLord. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Peruvian player himself. He is purple, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Tavo. There's been a lot of hype around Tavo. He's been doing so well these qualifiers, but every single time he comes up just a little bit short. Is it because of nerves? It is the ace match. He is so close to his goal. Can he get it? Can he grasp it? That is the question. What I will say when we're loading into Blackburn, do not play mech. Mech on Blackburn, it's not going to work out, buddy. You're going to have a much harder time dealing with those early pushes, and I'm sure the TheZergLord is going to be all over that. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes down. I do feel like that because this is Blackburn, the ZergLord is probably going to go into Roaches again, even if he's up against Bio. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Oh boy. Meanwhile, God, at this Portuguese in the chat, I can't read it. I can't read it. Please. Oh god. So far, the openers are pretty standard. Hatch gas pool from our boy the ZergLord. And we do have that Reaper Scout coming across the map for Tavo. Again, he doesn't want to be cheesed out. Not again. Not 2 qualifiers in a row. I know I keep bringing it up, but it did happen. It did happen against Eggs. So it feels bad, man. But we'll see. We'll see if Davito can turn it around here. Again, he did so well with Bio in qualifier number 1. I want to see it here. I don't know if maybe he's just feeling more confident with Mech. It is something a little bit more unexpected, to be fair. But we shall see. Oh my god. As that 30cc is on the way, honestly a little bit faster here. Obviously it's 30cc before starport, but yeah, a little bit faster. So the greed coming out from Davito. There we go, starport finally on the way. And this is what we knew was coming. It's Blackburn. What do we expect? Obviously, it's gonna be a Roach Warren from the ZergLord. Oh, and I'm a little bit scared. This is gonna hit fast. This is gonna hit hard. And Tavo needs to scout this. He has a Reaper. Great. But he needs to get into the bases. Because he went for a 30cc before starport, this does mean that the Banshee is going to be later than we otherwise would have liked to have seen it. So the Scout is going to be a little bit later as well. Oh, God. I'm a little bit scared, not going to lie. At least there will be a Banshee. And Banshees do a very good job at defending against Roaches. So this isn't over by any means. Tavo, he's going in. Is he going to commit? Is he going to just, like, risk it all and try to dive into the base? Roaches get spotted! Oh, does he see? He does now. Roaches have been revealed. Tavo now knows what is coming his way. He's getting a bunker on the low ground and on the high ground. He knows he needs to try and hold here. And it's so difficult to defend the low ground. He's probably going to be forced to lift up his CC. At the same time, he also, again, like, ideally, he does defend here at the natural, and he is able to somehow hold on. Oh boy, the Banshee going to start chipping away at the Roaches. Some nice free damage so far. Oh god, but the Roaches go immediately for the mineral line. So far, no damage! Yo, and the bunker finishes! We do have a bit of a repair here. Oh my god, Tavo, he's doing it! Couple of helis get picked off, but a beautiful response here from Tavo. Everything will get cleaned up. And what goes down? Some Hellions? Finally some SCVs. But this is not what the ZergLord wanted. Oh my god. Tavo, he didn't even need the racks. Sorry, he didn't even need the bunker on the high ground. With that, he is able to defend, and now he can go across the map with those Banshees. Oh, Queens. You don't want to be here. Oh, go. Banshees, go. Oh, God, as the Banshees are going across the map, we're going to hit one of the bases. The Hellions will be able to catch these Queens. Oh, no, never mind. They'll just avoid them. It's all good. Those Queens should have died, by the way. Like, Cloak Banshees could have taken them down. Meanwhile, the Hellions, they dive into the third base. Oh, drones are lining up a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean a fair bit. Oh my god, 7 drones go down. Ay. But at least those Queens were able to make it back. Again, somehow, some way, the Queens survived the onslaught of the Banshees. But Tavo's in a really good place. We have that third CC from earlier. It's now in orbital. He can now lift it up and go land of location. He's not too far behind when it comes to the workers. 1-1 is on the way, and this man is not playing mech. He is going biotank. Again, a very strong force on this map, especially when your opponent throws away so many roaches the way he did. I see Doctor in the chat. Unga para Tavo. He's gotta earn that guy. He's gotta earn it. We don't give guys away for free here. Even though it was redeemed with the channel points. Here we go. The CC, the forward CC is being taken again. A very aggressive stance from Tavo. Changeling getting taken out. And the TheZergLord is trying to catch up with his 1-1 with his Roaches and Ravagers. Oh boy. Oh, yo, is he going for a second wave? Is this what we want to do here? We have tanks on the high ground. We have a bunker on the way. He's going for it. The Roach Ravager is about to show up. The bunker isn't done. The Marines are a little bit exposed. Yo, do we have stim? We do have stim. Bunker immediately gets focused down. The Marines are doing the best they can, but oh, the tanks shell away at the Roaches. Do force them away. Tavo, he can't break this yet, but he's just waiting for a couple of reinforcements. I mean, the TheZergLord can't break this yet. Yo, we need that bunker to be rebuilt. Like, Tavo has to take this seriously. Jesus Christ, there we go. This does get spotted. The Banshee returns. Oh, Banshee, please. Nice snipe on the Morphing in Ravager. We have another tank joining the fray. There we go. This is really what we needed. We need a wall. We need some bunkers. Oh, Banshee. Oh my god, this is so committed. He's coming in with the queens as well. Oh my god, is this going to be enough? The bunkers are not completed. Not yet. The Roaches, they're powering through the Marines. They're trying to get on top of the tanks. The boys are being pulled. And the Marines are going down. But these tanks on the high ground are getting so much value here. Jesus Christ. In the end, those 17 SCVs go down. But Tavo survives, and that's what matters. What's important is that the TheZergLord cut a lot of workers to make this push happen. And with that, even though Tavo lost 17 SCVs, these are acceptable losses. Oh my god, some nice target fire on the Ravagers, Jesus Christ! The tank's putting in so much work, and with that, it looks like the low ground tank will get taken out, but the Marines, they just keep on coming. He's just confident enough to mule here. He does unsiege the tanks though. Ooh, a little bit worrisome. This is an opportunity for the TheZergLord to gain some ground. As that CC is taking a lot of damage. Finally, we do see a repair. The Roaches and the Ravagers, they're gonna get on top of the tanks. There are not enough Marines. Oh my god, has he done it? Is he doing it? He's getting on top of everything that Tavo has. And even though I thought that Tavo was going to be able to hold, oh, those tanks were so exposed. And the TheZergLord is doing it. Oh my god. I thought that Tavo was holding, and he kind of was. But moving those tanks to low ground was maybe the game-losing move for Tavo. Oh my god, the bunker falls. There's only a single tank left here. Because of that tank, the TheZergLord can't break into the natural base, but he's done so much damage. We do have a 4th CC though. Oh god. Here we go. The 3rd wave of Roaches comes in, and with these Roaches, there are just not enough Marines. The wall is not a wall. The tank goes down. And the TheZergLord's done it. GG gets called. The TheZergLord takes a lead in this series. Tavo was so close as well. He was so close. The tank positioning was great. The bunkers could have been earlier. 100%. Like, let's be real here. Let's be a little bit critical. Those bunkers, the second wave of bunkers that he made should have been built sooner. But moving those tanks to the low ground was premature. And he was punished for that. They were doing so well where they were, and Tavo wanted to regain control of his third base, when really there was no need to. If he wanted to, he could have lifted up his third and flown it over towards the north, like towards a safer location, and kept his tanks where he had them on that high ground. So Tavo, miscalculating is probably the best thing we can say there. Oof. I love it. Password is there. He's got you, buddy. He's got you. Here we go. Game number 3. Tavo started off very strong here with this series, but the TheZergLord, he's pulled it back. But we're done with the more stranger maps, you know, Oxide and Blackburn. We're done with that. Now we're getting into one of the larger maps in the map pool. Not the largest, but a larger one in 2,000 atmospheres. Oh, and here we go, spawning in. Oh, I probably should have updated the... Hup, hup, hup. Spawning in the top right hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He's red, representing team The Bad, and he only needs un momento, por favor. Just needs one more to qualify for the DreamHack closed qualifiers. It is the TheZergLord. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the Peruvian Terran. He is purple, representing Unidos por el Vicio. Currently down 1-2. He needs to win this game to take it to the ace match. It is Tavo. What a rough game on Blackburn. Like, Tavo, he had it. He was responding so well, but just a couple of missteps here and there. And the TheZergLord was able to capitalize on all of it. Yeah, Supremo in the chat, he's, again, kind of echoing our sentiments about repositioning those tanks and leaving them exposed. But the real thing is that hopefully Tavo is able to stay calm, kind of collect his thoughts, and not allow the previous games to influence how he's playing here to take this to the ace match. I love both players. You know, we're big fans of the TheZergLord and Tavo on this channel. And we want to see them both do well. It is unfortunate that they both hit each other here on this side of the bracket, and only one can move on. What I will say is, again, something that we've been saying for a while now, the TheZergLord is favored here. He is the more accomplished player. Tavo is the up-and-comer. He is the contender. And so far, like, he's had a really good showing. Can he go all the way, though? Already, we said this in the first qualifier. I think he can be happy with how far he has gone this year in 2021, going the distance with eggs in another qualifying match. Can he go further is the question, right? I do think that he has it in him, but it's also about consistency, you know? It's about stamina as well. It's been a long day of StarCraft, a long day of matches. Can he pull it off? We'll find out. Can he kind of break the mold of the best in Latin America and break into that scene? That is really what this is about for Tavo. I guess showing everyone that he can really compete and be among those of the best in the region, like Eggs, like Jim Rising, like Eric, Ryu, Shakti, Paco Mike. He wants to be, I guess, recognized as one of them as well. Even Chaos Fade, I would put Chaos Fade up there. Meanwhile, we don't have updates on Chaos Fate versus Master, I don't believe. Let me just quickly check here. As I refresh the bracket myself. Ooh, no, Chaos Fate and Master are still mid-series. Master being another one of those contenders. As we do see an Overlord Scout, nothing crazy going on. Again, same opener that we've seen game after game after game. Banshee will be coming out for Tavo. Are we going to see a commitment into Cloak? I guess is the question. Meanwhile, Aliens are across the map trying to dip in, but on a map like 2000 Atmospheres, again, a lot more standard, we shouldn't be seeing a Roach Warren. We should be seeing a more standard game. So honestly, this is a really good map for Tavo to come back. Very good indeed, as we are going to be seeing some bio coming out from Tavo Tech Lab on the racks, and Sim is on the way. Ooh, this is what I have been waiting all series for. I want to see Tavo get into his bio tank. It is what won him the series last time against the TheZergLord. He tried to get into it on Blackburn, but we saw how aggressive the TheZergLord was. He's going to have a much easier time getting into it here on 2000 Atmospheres. And now this is where he will really be tested. Oh boy. As we do have quite a number of Hellions moving out. There's a lot of Hellions wanting to get into this mineral line. To meet them though, we have plenty of Lings, we have plenty of Queens. Oh, it's going to be difficult to really break in, and Tavo's aware of that. So right now he's just sharking around, looking for an opportunity. And we can see how late we want to go here, because we do have Tavo going for double Angie bays for those double 1-1 upgrades. Meanwhile, I guess I'm looking at the TheZergLord and being like, yo, what do we have in store for us here? Yo, all 6 gases have been taken? Are we going to be seeing a Spire? There it is. Spire gets thrown down. We are going to be seeing some Ling Bane Muta from the TheZergLord. And yo, he gets scouted. Oh, no, not yet. I got a little bit overeager there. So far, it actually avoids the Banshees. Oh, and Icecar is letting us know that Master and Chaos Fade agreed to wait. Oh my god. Shout out to Chaos Fade and Master, by the way. They by no means needed to do that. So yeah, like, we really appreciate that. Damn. As the Banshees dip in, get a couple of worker kills, and manage to escape with their lives just barely. Hellions also testing the waters, you know, shaving off a couple of Lings here and there, dealing some damage to a Queen, denying some creep. What's important is that Spire, somehow, despite the Hellions and the Banshees, the Spire hasn't been scouted. Tavo has no idea, and because of that, where are the missile turrets? Where are the Widow Mines? We just don't have a reaction at all. These mutas could completely change the pace of this game. I'm worried. 7 mutas are already on the way. 9 mutas, my apologies. Oh no. So far, the Hellions again finding a lot of creep here. They're doing the best they can at just keeping the creep at bay. We do have a double drop headed towards the natural, and this drop again is not just about dealing damage, but it more importantly is about seeing the mutas. Because he needs to. He needs to see. Oh, did he catch a glimpse? The mutas backed off. And now finally they will show themselves to the Marines. Ooh, we do see a pick off. We do see the medevacs boosting away as best they can. It looks like all of this will get cleaned up, and we need to see a response from Tavo. We need to see those missile turrets. Please, please. Puppy. Uh-oh. Mutas are on the way, and there we go. Missile turrets are finally being thrown down. But it's so late here at the third. 2 SCVs go down. Oh god, the production is a little bit exposed as well. Oh my god, he even gets into the main. 7 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. It wasn't game-ending damage, but the TheZergLord, he gets a nice lead here. You know, 7 workers, forces of reaction, keeps Tavo at home. Tavo, though, he wants to make something happen with his army. 1-1 is done. You know, he's going to hit a nice timing. The Evo chambers of the TheZergLord were delayed because of the Spire. Ooh, nice catch on all these Lings. Yo, now is the time to go. Tavo needs to push out now. Meanwhile, a massive Ling Bane run by here at the third base. It looks like Tavo's going to be forced all in. Oh, as the third CC will die. The fourth, that's a kill, not a cancel, and now it's go time for Tavo. His economy is in shambles. He's lost so much across the map, he needs to end it here. But the problem is that we have Banelings on the way, and we don't have any Widow Mines. Uh-oh. Papi split, Papi split. It's all about the splits. Here we go, the TheZergLord. He came all the way back home. How good are the splits going to be? How good is the target fire on the tanks going to be as well? We do have some Hellbats mixed in. Oh my god, 2-2 is actually going to hit soon. Yo, if 2-2 can finish up during this attack, that's going to be huge. Oh god, but how do you push any for Tavo? Like, the TheZergLord has so much supply. He's going for a run by. The TheZergLord. Can he afford a run by? I don't know about this. Oh, these things are going to go down essentially for free. Not a good trade for the TheZergLord. Meanwhile, this hatchery is going to go down as well. Thankfully, the TheZergLord does have a third base, and he kept the majority of his drones alive. Muta's going for another counterattack. And this should force Tavo in. Oh my god. Oh! As all the Marines get picked off. Unfortunate pickoff with that medevac. And Tavo's coming back home? Oh no, I don't know if this is the right move, man. You were all in earlier. Oh god. The problem is that Tavo thinks he's in a better place than he is. Look at his vision, he doesn't know about the other base. And the mutas are diving in, missile turret will go down, more SCVs, and Tavo's just stuck at home chasing everything down. He's supply blocked as well. And I think here we're seeing the beginning of the end for Tavito. Ah, god. He had a strong start and a very strong showing here. But again, there's a reason why the TheZergLord is one of the best Zergs in Latin America. He's among the best here. And Tavo did well, man. He did so well coming this far. But in come the Lings and the Banes, a full surround. Tanks do siege up, but there's just too much Zerg here as the Banelings do crash on in. A lot of the Marines do survive, but look at that Muta cloud. 22 mutas. 21 now. Oh god, there's the scan. Tavo now knows about the third base. Unfortunate. And Tavo trying to go for a double expand. Oh my god, another kill! Again, he knew that he had to do something like double expand to get back into this. At this point, he may be forced to just pick up his main, land it at the third. Even though Drilling Claws is done, we only have 2 Widow Mines. Ay. And the TheZergLord, he's just getting ready for the killing blow. Here we go. Ling Bane is coming in once again. The third base will never land. Mutas will never be dealt with either. We do have a lot of Marines, to be fair. I'm very impressed with Tavo's macro. Like, when it comes to the army supply, he's not too far behind. But, like, how well can you trade against this? How good are the Widow Mine shots going to be? As the third base gets killed. Oh, God. There's just never going to be a third for Tavo. And this is it. Is this the third all-in push, maybe? He's going across the map. Oh god. There are not many Banelings, to be fair. It's mainly Lings. But there are just so many of them. Like, I don't know if Banelings are even necessary at this point. Here we go. Show me the Widow Mine shots. Oh god, one of them goes off, but there we go. Full surround. The entire Terran army gets picked off. And my heart goes out to you, Tavo. You did so well coming this far. So well. But it looks like this is not your season. GG gets called, and the TheZergLord takes the series 3-1 and advances on to the closed qualifier. GG. Congratulations, the TheZergLord. Well fought and well deserved. Again, he's a staple when it comes to the best players in our region. He's one of the best out there. He 100% is. And this may have been the moment for Tavo to break into that. And again, he did so well coming this far. He made it to 2 qualifying matches back to back in these qualifiers. But came up just a little bit short. What I will say, and what I am very confident in, is that I'm very impressed with how much Tavo has improved over the past 9 months. You know, he hit GM at the start of the year, and he's done so well for himself coming this far. I know he's going to get better, and I know that in 2022, at least for one of the seasons, he will make it to the next round. Don't give up. Don't give up, Tavo. Ah.